quite a thing to shave the head of a noble young man. I try not to make too much out of Joichi being so young, because I don't see him that way actually. When I figure his age, 22, I think, wow, he's so young. But on a day-to-day basis, he's just my friend. Yesterday, we did the first part of the shaving. We shaved the day before the ordination and leave this last clump of hair, which is called the shura. And yesterday, was shaving Joichi's head. He has this amazing hair. It's like an otter. I saw this documentary on the otters where they can be swimming, but they actually stay dry by their skin because the hair is so rich. And so I thought his hair would be very easy to shave because it's thin and not thinning like mine, but each strand is thin. But actually, it's very difficult. And so shaving his head yesterday, I kept thinking, fall in love. Fall in love. This is not actually the thing you're supposed to be thinking as you're getting ready to ordain someone into a path of relinquishment. And I realized that he has. He's practiced here for a good long time. He doesn't know what he's getting into entirely. But he's looked deeply at this community, has practiced together with all of you and with me. And he has chosen this path. He has chosen this path to care for all of you. That is immensely humbling. He gives a great gift to us all by being willing to step forward with the intention of liberation for all beings. I want to extend a great thanks to Mother and Father, who is here, for sharing him with us. There was a time in our tradition, a long time, when today was the day which you would break his rice bowl. And you'd say, you do not enter this house again as my son. But it's not like that anymore. He can be both your son, and he can also be a child of the Buddha. And what Joichi, what Simon gives to us is a great gift to walk forward with his resolve. He needs you as much as you need him. This is something that I really deeply trust in this tradition. No one goes it alone. Even the Buddha Shakyamuni didn't go it alone. One of the ways in which Joichi needs you is he is an immensely serious person, which is a great gift. He thinks about things in the deepest way, how to bring the most integrity to whatever it is that he's doing. I haven't been around many people who can just work quietly like he does. Such a treat. Sometimes I feel so embarrassed, I'll be working with him, I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just be quiet, and work. He brings that heart, and I mean seriousness in the best sense of the word. But like most people who choose the path which he's choosing, his mind is also severe. I know this because my mind is also this way. And when we have a mind that is severe, it's doubly important that the community holds them and sees them in their simple beauty and the simple integrity, not the one that you feel like you have to make happen, but the one that's just there. In many ways, you become like a womb for him, nourishing his understanding of who he is by being willing to meet him, by being willing to see him as he wishes to be. Right? To see him as he wishes to be. His vow to live out a life of integrity and liberation. As you see him that way, the part that pushes forward, that says, I'm going to do this, meets with a world that says, of course you are. And you're not going to do it alone. You're not going to do it alone. Today, Joichi will don the robe of a monk. As he does that, the threads of all phenomena become the Buddha's teaching. As he puts on that robe, it's not just him now carrying a symbol of something, marking himself, being marked as something, although that's part of it. He receives the robe that is made of the threads of all phenomena. And so now everything that he encounters preaches the Dharma. Whether he's willing or able to hear it or not, that becomes a life of practice for a monk. Every thread of phenomena. Today, in addition to donning the robe of a monk, Joichi will receive and pledge to live the life of the black lacquered bowl. Those of you who have eaten here for a retreat, or when we're not in COVID, if you come in the morning, we're eating breakfast together, the monks eat out of a special bowl. It's made from wood, it's lacquered, it's black. Throughout the Buddhist tradition in different places, it's been made out of many different things. But in our school, the black lacquered bowl is what we eat out of. Now, literally every day we're eating our breakfast out of that bowl. But that bowl also becomes the center of a monk's life. Just as all the threads of phenomena become the Buddha's teaching, living the life of the black lacquered bowl, the life of receiving, of allowing your life to be supported by an empty vessel that you put forward with humility and integrity. As we do that, every encounter becomes the nourishment of body and mind. The receiving that can happen when you're willing to be vulnerable, willing to be naked, willing to be open. And that position becomes a great field of merit that is shared by all. This is not an easy life for anyone. Joichi faces that today. Swear. I have a deep trust in his Bodhi mind. Maggie, you told me that when he was a baby, people kept telling you he's an old soul. He carries something that we don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. And he has been working to live that out for lifetimes. We get to share in this lifetime, in which this is his work to do. Joichi started sewing his robes just after COVID hit, and he's doing a very nice job. You'll see them today. Beautiful, beautiful stitching. Many hours. And we were planning to have the ordination in June, but then no packages could arrive from Japan. Another thing to maybe encourage you to get out there and vote in November. No packages could come to the US. They just shut them down, from Japan anyway. So his robes were at the robe maker, this kind of robes, they were at the robe maker in Japan for a long time, waiting to get on the boat. And they couldn't figure out how to do it. And then finally they, my friend in LA, Dokkan, who's the head of the Soto School office there, or he's the head of the office working, he called his friend there at the robe shop and said, you need to do this other thing, send it these other ways, da, 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 da. And so they did, and then they arrived very quickly. It only took a couple days. So thanks to Dokkan, I will send his greetings that we're able to have the ordination today. It has been 2 years since Joichi came to live here at the temple, and the commitment that he's taking today is a 5-year commitment of training. Part of that will be here at the Ai Temple, and part of that will include monastic practice, probably some in Japan and in the United States. So please heartily encourage him as he goes through that. Usually things get a little bit hard along the way, and so he may need to complain to you about me or the community or the temple a little bit. Please provide that receiving for him as well. The sources of the mind are utterly calm. The sea of the Dharma profoundly deep. Those who are deluded about this flounder in confusion for endless kalpas. Those who awaken to it attain liberation in this very place. To roam freely on the path, we undergo the rite of leaving home. This observance, which is the same in the way of all Buddhas, is the standard for attaining liberation. This is a fact. It cannot be doubted. Home leaving brings one's body and mind into full accord with the observances of the lineage. Nothing surpasses it. Why is this? Because to cut off one's hair is to cut off the root of desire. When the root of desire is cut off, the original body is revealed. To change one's robes is to shed defilements. When defilements are cast off, this is freedom. Among all types of merit, the merit of becoming a monk is considered most excellent. If, for example, one built a 7-jeweled stupa as high as the heaven of the 33, the merit would be very great, but it would not amount to even 1/100th of the merit of going forth from household life. No imaginable calculation can produce a number that would approach it. A jeweled stupa gradually wears away and becomes fine particles of dust. It can no longer be seen. Home leaving, however, increases the fruit of Buddhahood through the kalpas. It does not lose its merit. Thus, even before one has cast off this human body, one transcends the plane of ordinary people. And even if one has not yet borne witness to the fruit of Buddhahood, one is now a true child of the Buddha. Among all living beings of the 3 realms, one is the most honored of people, and within the 6 destinations of rebirth, one has the most commendable birth. Consider well. You are turning around your body and mind, which for long kalpas have been caught up in the round of rebirth, and now will live eternally in the birthless Buddha land from which there is no falling back. Your beginningless delusions are cut off, and your true inherent virtue is fully realized here at this seat. This being the case, heaven and earth will no longer cover you and bear you up. How could living beings possibly throw you into confusion? Your round-shaved head will have no covering. Your rectangular monk's robe will be your banner of liberation. All those who see or hear of them will receive great benefits, and your family and community will surely reap excellent fruits. Your rank will transcend the 3 realms, and your virtue will tower over the 10 directions. In the words of the sutras, throughout the round of rebirth in the 3 realms, the bonds of attachment cannot be severed. To cast off human obligations and enter into the unconditioned is the true repayment of blessings. Reflect on the virtue of your father and mother in giving you birth, and in gratitude and sincerity take leave of them. Consider and be grateful for the blessings bestowed by the land, water, and trees, and prostrate to the founder of this temple, Butsugen Joshin Daiyosho. This is the manifest proof of liberation and the mark of a person worthy of respect.
Shakyamuni Buddha, homage to all the Bodhisattva ancestors. I pray that you will all come here as witness. Let us recite the names of Buddha. Comprehend the impermanence of the world. Abandoning the worldly, you are destined to nirvana. This is something rare and hard to fathom. In the round of rebirth of the three realms, the bonds of affection cannot be severed. To cast off obligations and enter the unfabricated true fulfillment. When bodhisattvas in the round of birth and death first give rise to the thought of awakening, their earnest quest for bodhi is strong and immovable. The merit of that single thought is deep, vast, without limit. Were the Tathagata to explain it, it would not be exhausted to the end of time. The final clump of hair is called the Shuddha. Only a Buddha can cut it off. I am going to cut it off. Will you allow me to do so or not?
I will.
The last clump of hair is called the Shuddha. Only a Buddha can cut it off. I am going to cut it off. Will you allow me to do so or not?
I will.
The last clump of hair is called the Shuddha. Only a Buddha can cut it off. I am going to cut it off. Will you allow me to do so or not?
I will.
The appearance is ruined, but purity is preserved. Cutting attachments and leaving those near and dear, we go forth from home, seek the holy path, and vow to save all beings. You will continue to be known in the Dharma as Joichi, pure oneness.
O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and keep this zagu, made to measure, that it may always protect my robes. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and keep this zagu, made to measure, that it may always protect my robes. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and keep this zagu, made to measure, that it may always protect my robes.
Splendid the zagu which all Buddhas have received and used. We vow to include all beings and always sit within its borders.
O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and hold this Andai robe, which is a 5-paneled robe, a pieced robe with one long and one short piece of cloth in each panel. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, receive and hold this Andae robe, which is a 5-paneled robe, a pieced robe with one long and one short piece of cloth in each panel. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, receive and hold this Andae robe, which is a 5-paneled robe, a pieced robe with one long and one short piece of cloth in each panel. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and hold this Uttara robe, which is a 7-paneled robe, a pieced robe with 2 long and 1 short piece of cloth in each panel. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, receive and hold this Uttara robe, which is a 7-paneled robe, a pieced robe with 2 long and 1 short piece of cloth in each panel. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, receive and hold this Uttara robe, which is a 7-paneled robe, a pieced robe with 2 long and 1 short piece of cloth in each panel.
Let us recite the robe verse.
O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and hold these bowls, these vessels of the appropriate amount, that I may always use them. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and hold these bowls, these vessels of the appropriate amount, that I may always use them. O Bodhisattvas, great beings, please give your single-minded attention. I, the disciple Joichi, now receive and hold these bowls, these vessels of the appropriate amount, that I may always use them. Splendid these alms bowls, which always hold a store of merit. Reverently I now accept them and lay them out to transform all living beings.
To take the precepts, you should first perform Sangha, atonement. There is a Sangha verse that has been maintained by the Buddhas. By reciting it, your past wrongdoings lose their hold on you. Repeat after me. All my past and harmful karma.
All my past and harmful karma.
Born from beginningless greed, You have cleansed your body, speech, and mind and become pure by the power of atonement. You should take refuge in the three treasures of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. When refuge is taken, the three merits are complete. Santen sui bammuzi senshi nari, no santen sui bammuzi senshi nari, no santen sui bammuzi senshi nari. Repeat after me. I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Dharma. Refuge in the unsurpassed Buddha. I take refuge in the unsurpassed Buddha. I take refuge in the immaculate Dharma. Misdeeds and taken refuge in the triple treasure. From this time, the Buddha and true enlightenment are your real teachers. Call the Buddha your master. This is my compassion to you. You have received the precepts of the three treasures. Now you should receive the 3 pure precepts and the 10 grave precepts. 3 pure precepts. Embracing codes and forms. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Embracing good dharmas. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Embracing living beings. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
These are the three pure precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
These are the three pure precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
These are the three pure precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
10 grave precepts. First precept, not killing. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Second precept, not stealing. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Third precept, not misusing sexuality. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Fourth precept, not speaking falsely. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Fifth precept, not dealing in intoxicants. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Sixth precept, not discussing faults. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Seventh precept, not praising self and criticizing others. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Eighth precept, not being stingy with dharma or wealth. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
Ninth precept, not being angry. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
10th precept, not disparaging the triple treasure. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain this precept or not?
I will.
These are the 10 grave precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
These are the 10 grave precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
These are the 10 grave precepts. From this present state to that of becoming a Buddha, will you maintain these precepts or not?
I will.
Maintain them as stated. Having received the precepts of living beings and Buddhas, you enter the rank of the myriad Buddhas. This is truly to become a child of the Buddha. At this time, in all the Buddha lands of the 10 directions, auspicious signs appear. The earth trembles and flowers fall. The bodhisattvas of other worlds ask their Buddha what this means, and the Buddhas reply that in the world of suffering, among those who are heir to the Dharma of Shakyamuni Buddha, a person of faith has given rise to a serious intention. He has been converted to the truth and has received the pure great precepts of the bodhisattvas from the preceptor who previously received them from the line of Shakyamuni's heirs. In a future age, he will become a Buddha through this merit. It is for this reason that the universe rejoices. In every Buddha land, these miraculous signs have appeared. Upon hearing this explanation, the bodhisattvas bow toward you, saying, "If this is so, you are the same as we, a fellow traveler on the way. Hence, with all Buddhas as preceptors and with the bodhisattvas as your friends, you are able to receive these precepts. Their merit is indestructible and secure. This is the precept that never ages and never decays. I pray that you may never lose it, and that you always maintain and keep it. Although there are causes and conditions for every circumstance partakes of the Dharma body. How could there be a realm where the precept does not apply? Who shall dedicate this merit? With what and to whom shall this merit be dedicated? Although there is a giver and receiver, the three wheels are completely pure. There is nothing to be wished for. Let us preserve our good karmic roots and together with all sentient beings, make a dedication of merit that is equally shared to supreme and perfect awakening."
Finished. We'd encourage you to give Joichi a hug and a kiss, but we're in COVID time, so that's awkward. Yeah, from a distance probably. You can maybe go outside somewhere near the gate and get some love. Any quick announcements while we're here? Forever hold your peace. Yay, Joichi.